Hey, everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing? Hey, Terry. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Carol. J-Lo. Dina. Joanne. I haven't been on in quite some time. Other than Sunday nights, I just had a reading tonight with a very lovely client and got me in the mood. So I'm on. Hello. Hey, Freda. Spiritual Secret. Hey, Nina. Hey, Zoomed Out. Purbug. Sharon Sight. So I hope it's not too late where you guys are at. It's only 7:41 here. Hey, Nina, did you survive the rain? Oh, Lord. I saw a funny video on, was it, the heck was it? Oh, it was on Instagram about a guy in Southern California, how we survived the rain. Thank you, Trillium. Hey, Marie. Oh, good luck with that, Freda. Hey, Sylvia, how are you? So nice to see you again. I've been MIA for quite a bit. So I was wondering what you guys wanted to do tonight because I'm up for a GT, but I'm not sure what y'all want to see. So if you can give me some ideas, I'll put up a poll. Oh, George Santos, if that's his real name. Anthony DeVolder. Jack Smith. Jack Smith. Okay, Jack Smith. Okay. All right, I'm going to put a poll up, so just give me some more ideas. I haven't done one on Jack Smith, Trillium. Jen asked me to, but I've been MIA. Oh, man. McCarthy, we did a GT on him, which is still applicable based on the timeline for that reading. Let me pull it out. Loose Cannon, Kushner, Barr, John Eastman, Jeffrey Clark, Anna, Jimmy Thomas, Scott Perry, Mel Brooks, McCarthy. Here's McCarthy. Let me see if I can get this into frame. Here's the GT we did on McCarthy. This was in May, so it's still good. May of last year. He's up here. And Birds is down here. I think I originally said he doesn't become speaker. Here, there's a lot of issues and problems around getting a vote. The vote here is blocked, taken away, there's shortages, and then there's a decision made. But the promises that he made to get that vote become very problematic, and there's arguments. And then here's the speakership. Based on near and far, it's far from him. To get the man to speak to the birds, it goes man, ring, and birds. The promises that he made in negotiations to secure the speakership, bird in the house of anchor. Okay, but the birds lands on his line of fate. So it's child, bouquet, birds, and dog. Child lands in the house of key. The bouquet lands in the house of fish. The birds lands in the house of anchor, and the dog lands in the house of cross. So his line of faith is talking about something new that is offered to the many or people that are independent, free for speakership, but it's very difficult and painful to trust him. Now, for the job, it's up here, his work as speaker. So it would go fox to ring to birds to bouquet. So the promises that he made at work to get the speakership to please people, it's very problematic. He's got all of these bad cards sitting on top of the birds. There's snake in the house of cross and then whip in the house of woman. So repeated lies and a lot of aggression, a lot of betrayal for him as speaker. Birds knights to letter, and it knights to clouds, and it knights to fish. So there's a lot of issues and problems in the results and also in votes that are being brought forward because of something to do here with this, with the many that are small, that are independent. So I'm wondering if this is the Freedom Caucus. But it's like, it's almost like it's not, it's almost like, if I'm interpreting this correctly, the speakership, because he's so difficult to trust, because he's a liar. He talks out of with a forked tongue like a snake with both sides of his mouth. Around the spring, so this would be March, April, May would bring us right here. It's almost like there's bills here that require changes or that get changed, and then there's some sort of a loss and a closure here. So it doesn't, even though the birds is landing on anchor and anchor is sitting on sun. Where's sun? Sun is on birds. Okay, so it goes birds to anchor to sun to birds. So his speakership is achieved successfully. But it's very, very strained with it followed by the dog here with cross. And then where's mountain? Enemies at work here and delays at work, blockages. Mountain on the house of fox, fox in the house of house, and it knights, fox to mountain. Enemies at work that cause problems, that take away from the decisions and rupture something. So it's, I don't know. I don't know. So let's see here. Hey, Terry. So let me put up. Hey, where's my thing for the poll? Oh, right there. Duh. So I just put up a poll up there. You guys feel free to vote. I'll give it a few minutes. Maybe if I move it this way. Nope, this way. Oh, Lord Jesus. Sorry if I'm making y'all dizzy. Don't look at the screen just yet. Oh, douche Satan. Oh, God. Was it last year, Lucky? Last year or the year before? So he's I don't think I have a current one on him. Hey Jenny, how are you, my dear? How are the little troublemakers? Hey Rolanda. So you guys fill out the poll up there. Yeah, I don't Lucky girl, I honestly, the douchebag, I don't remember. I just saw something that he's banning teaching. Hey, Christy. Thank you so much for the super chat. Is he banning Black studies at public schools? Like, I saw something about that, but I didn't quite read it. So if you guys know, please let me know. Was it Black studies or Black history or something? It was something about people of color that he's banning from teaching at public schools. I mean, oh, thank you so much, Chrissy. Nice to see you. I haven't been on for a while, so I haven't seen much of anybody. African American studies. There you go, Chrissy. Yep. In Florida, he's banning all African American studies from public schools. It is just, it is, I swear, if that man got hit by a meteor, I would not cry. I would not cry. Banning AP African American studies. Yeah. So, like, you know, typical Nazi move, erase it. It never happened. It's just, that man is just beyond shameful. It's disgusting. That's one right there, along with Trump. That's another ejaculation that didn't deserve the name. He's taking out Martin Luther King Day, and Native Americans are now first immigration. Oh my God. For my preemptive swear jar, thanks, Lucky Girl. Yes, I'll say it again. Ron DeSantis is an ejaculation that did deserve a name. In the words of the great George Carlin, may his soul rest in peace. Tennessee is looking to make electric cars illegal there. Oh, lovely. Kitties are all curled up in the sofa with me. They know you're under the weather. Do you have the, Jenny, are you wearing the Snuggie I sent you? You still owe me a picture of putting the kitties inside of the Snuggie and sending me a picture. Oh, you're wearing the Snuggies? Okay. George Carlin. Yep. I love that man. May he rest in peace. I love that man. So let's see. I guess we're going with Mr. Jack Smith, everybody. So I'm going to end the poll. Let me see here. Yeah, George Santos only got 15%. We'll visit him at some other time. I'll try to make an effort to come on a little bit more often. So Jack Smith got 84%. George Santos, the first man on the moon, only got 15% of the vote. So, all righty. Give me a few minutes while I shuffle. I got my little notebook here. You guys know how this goes. I'll write everything down so we can always come back and visit. I can't catch everything. There are GTs I screw up. It's difficult when you're just trying to it's just so much information, and you're trying to like just put everything together when you don't have a client in front of you. So it's kind of like flying by the seat of my pants. Hey, Tammy. Oh, you guys, remember the plant that I got? Look at how big she's getting. She's pushed out so much new growth. Hold on, let me show you guys. She's pushed out so much new growth. That's a new leaf. This one here, let me see. This one here is a new leaf. There's another one coming in right here. That's unfurling. Because this thing only had like 5 or 6 leaves on it. Look at it now. Oh, yeah, that's the one that's unfurling. This one just unfurled. I got plant chores to do tomorrow. But isn't she pretty, you guys? I got her in November 5th of last year when I put her in Lecca. And she's just, oh, look, there's another one right here that's unfurling. Let me see if you guys can see that. Right here, that's coming. So, I mean, she's been pushing out all sorts of new leaves. And it's weird because some of them are coming out like this. Let me see if I can show you this one. Oh, my Lecca's dirty. I need to clean it out tomorrow. But like, you see how this one's it looks a little bit yellow. So some of the leaves where it's supposed to be white, it's coming out a little bit yellow because this is not a stable variegation. But then some of them are coming out like super white, like this one. So I am so happy with her though. Like, look at this. Let me see. That's one of my new leaves. Isn't she gorgeous? This is my baby, my sweet baby girl. Like, this one is massive up here. Hold on. Look at that. So she's just pushing out all sorts of. It is a Syngonium podophyllum albo variegata. This right here. And it's the marble. So it's white and green with a marbled effect. You can see here how it's all marbled. Oh, and here's another one that's coming out. Like, this is a new leaf as well. See how it's kind of yellow? And it's not the watering, it's just the leaf is coming out. But this one here that's about to pop out looks like it's going to be really white. So, and it's getting all sorts of aerial roots, like these things right here. So I'm going to have to put a thing up for her to start climbing. But she's pushed out so much. And I bought two. This one is from Steve's Leaves on the internet. And I had bought another one from Etsy. That one is just like, it's not growing as fast. This one is insane how fast it's grown and how much it keeps pushing out. But it's just, so I think I'm going to let her get bigger and then start propagating her. But she's getting really big. Let me check the water. Oh yeah. I need to do all my plant chores tomorrow with my bazillion plants I have, and take everything downstairs. And yeah, I'm going to Rose. I'm just gonna let her get a little bit bigger before I start propagating. So okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okie dokie. Hey, Sunflower. Nice to see you. Okay, hold on, you guys. Let me write this down. Writer is in its own house. 33, 22, 13, 17, 23, 11, and 5, 15, 25, 9, 35, 12, 32, 29, 6, 26, 31, 30, 18, 7, 3, 36, 14, 24, 10, 4, 19, 28, 21, 27, 2, 28, 34, 16. Okay. I'm going to use the little cards so I can fit them into the frame. Oh, that's a good question, Super Truthful. But then again, I haven't been on very much at all, and not even on other people's live streams. So I wouldn't know. Does anybody know? Has anybody seen Noelle? You guys give me a minute. This is going to take me, it's going to take me a minute to set this up. 17, 23. 11. 15. 25. 9. 35. 12. 22. 29. And 6. Let me move this up just a smidgen. Okay, 26. 31. 30. 18. 7. 3. 36. 14. 24. 19. 28. Okay, so he's landing at the very bottom of the tableau. I'll get into that in 1 minute. For those that are new to the channel, and you can't see the line of fate, but that's okay because that usually is the last of the read. So don't be bugging me. What's in the line of fate? I'm telling you all right now. I'll show it to you at the end. Okay. For those that are new to the channel, this is a grand tableau on Jack Smith. Grand tableaus are usually reserved for the Lennies and the Kipper. There is the 8x4 method, which I use, or the 8x9. I like the 8x4. The way that this is done is that each house is sitting, or each card is sitting in a position. Those positions are called the houses. So the houses are, if you were to take this entire deck and put it in numerical order from 1 through 36. So house 1 is always rider. House 2 is clover. House 3, ship. House 4, house. House 5, tree. So on and so forth. What changes is the cards that land in those positions. That'll come into play later on if we decide to follow the chain of houses. And it also helps with adding a little bit more nuance or detail to the rating because of where the card is sitting on what house. Okay. So for this tableau on Jack Smith, he's sitting way down here at the very bottom. That means he's got all this stuff on his mind. He's under quite a bit of pressure. Okay. All this stuff is weighing on him. The further up a significator lands, the better. The closer to the left side, the better. The closer to the right side, not so much. So his position right now is he's got a lot of shit on his mind weighing down on him, and he's under, with the mountain here, he's under a great deal of pressure. Now, this right here is his current line. Okay, so we have the storks in house tree, birds in house child, snake in house mountain, man in house woman, which tells me that this woman is someone that is very significant to him. Okay, she's sitting on house bear, and she's close to fox. So traditionally, the woman would signify his significant other. In this case, I'm going to be interpreting this both ways: his wife, and also someone that may be very, very close to him, or that he works very closely with at work, because fox is here. Okay, and then fish. So we're looking at a lot of changes to interviews where people have lied to him. There's a lot of lying about some sort of a change, something that was being changed and stolen through abuse. The mice is sitting in house clouds, and the whip is sitting in house snake. So repeated lies about something that was stolen, and people lying and changing what they have said here to him. Okay. But he is acting very independently. He's some sort of he's in a consulting role, because it's man and fish. Hey, Umar, thank you so much. Okay. So that's his current line. And again, based on his position, because he's landing at the very bottom, think of this as gravity. He's got all this on his shoulders, all of this stuff on his mind. Okay. The first three cards in the tableau is the writer in its own house. So we're looking at something very significant that has to do with news, deliveries, something that needs to be delivered, visitors as well. Okay. So there's very important, significant news in regards to choices, and also quite possibly an election. If you read this across, very important news about an election, something small here, a change to chronically steal something and grow. Okay, so we're talking here about but this is also a team of people as well with the mice. The mice works in teams. Okay. So it's almost like, but there's people that he's interviewed that have lied to him, or people that have been interviewed that have lied. And with birds and cross, this could be lying under oath as well. Okay. Down this column, we're seeing news about finances that are being kept secret, or news about finances that are being researched to some capacity that will bring some sort of a desired result. Okay. Let's see here. Very important relationships, and he's going to have to make decisions around those important relationships, but there's also ruptures in relationships and agreements. Okay. There's financial agreements here that were gifted and were discussed in meetings with a woman whose reputation and career is very, very, very questionable. Bad. This is bad news with, what is this? Letter, knighting up here to clouds, very bad news. And a lot of this right here is like, it's something around this woman. She's got the tree over her head. The tree is sitting on house coffin. Okay. Even though the coffin is way down here on the line of fate, but there's a chronic illness around a woman here. Now, with the mice here, the mice is anxiety and stress, but it's chronic. Okay. As far as health stuff, also the mice has to do with infections, bacterial infections, stuff like that. But it's chronic, okay? And with the clouds here, there could be a chronic illness around a person, quite possibly to do with the lungs, and a chronic illness around a woman that is paranoid. Okay, this is a person in a position of power, and she has a lot of money. She's sitting on house bear. Man is sitting on house woman. Okay, so the way to get these two to talk: man interviews woman, and the results of that. It's good results. They're optimistic. It's very successful. Okay, but this woman here is there's something around her health that's not it's not on the up and up, but she's linked to power as well. And that link to power comes through a marriage to a person that is a judge. Because if you follow her this way, okay, she's sitting on house bear. Bear starts this line, very powerful and a lot of finances. And she sits on house bouquet. Financial gifts, an agreement, or some sort of a promise that ruptures or is broken. The bouquet is sitting on the house of whip. There's one way to read that as pleasurable sex, because whip is sex, but I don't think that applies here. This would be mostly like abusing something, abusing. And this woman also has perhaps some sort of an addiction to something that causes pain, because she's under pain, chronic pain this way. So there could be some sort of an abuse to prescription medications in some capacity. The anchor is sitting on house birds, and the birds is sitting on house child. Something about persistent communications, okay? And central to this reading, persistent communications, meetings, phone calls, okay? And then people that are trustworthy or that you are in alliance with within a network. The dog is sitting on house. What is this? Dog is sitting on house garden, followed by the snake. These are not trustworthy people within the party. The snake is sitting on house mountain, a group of enemies. So right here, there's something that has been established in communications, whether that's phone calls, text messages, meetings, where there's people within this network that they're not trustworthy, they're liars. Okay, but this woman here there's something wrong in her health, chronic illness, chronic pain, very nervous, anxious. What is this? The moon is sitting on house fox, and fox is down here on house heart. There's something here where this person's work may be around, and she's sitting on bear, perhaps some sort of lobbying or marketing in that capacity, where her reputation gains influence through her negotiations and promises of financial rewards, if you will. But she is linked to power. And then this way, news or visitor, there's your commitment. Okay, but remember the ring is sitting on house scythe, so that's a broken promise or a broken agreement, and there's a judge here. Okay, but this person is secure. This person here is secure because he's got anchor right above him. Okay, the tower is sitting on house man, so he is working. I don't want to say alone, but the tower has it kind of talks about some sort of isolation. Okay, and with the fish here, he's working independently and isolated, but he's also legal. He works in the law with tower. Okay, he might face some sort of a delay man with mountain, there's some sort of a delay, but then the results are satisfactory and it's a win. Okay. Whatever paperwork he delivers is satisfactory with a win. The letter is sitting on house sun, and the clover is sitting on house moon. Okay, so it's very satisfactory with his work. This would be more like a resume, but the results here are successful. There's people here. The results are that it's a little bit time consuming with the lilies here on house tower. There's judges involved, court cases, things that take time. Okay. About these people that are trustworthy. It could also be people that are established in their careers in government. All right. And this way, at the intersection, it's a team of people that are being interviewed or have spoken with co-workers in the house, if you're following my train of thought this way. There's people here that lie or get in trouble. They delay and obstruct. They tried to change something in the elections. Dog nights up here to Crossroads. Dog nights here to letter. So they made a promise for their careers to change the elections. The elections here, letter, Crossroads, and what do you call this? Storks, changing the elections. Dog nights here to Scythe, danger, accidents, ruptures. Dog nights here to what do you call this? Mountain, delayed and obstructions. Dog nights to garden, and dog is also sitting in the house of garden, a network of these allies that are independent. Dog nights here to fish. Those people are going towards something very, 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 very painful and quite possibly a punishment through an investigation, because the cross is sitting on house mice. Cross is pain, suffering, guilt, punishment, burdens, and mice steals and takes away. Okay. And then the fox here, which is cunning, it's manipulative, but it's also in regards to work, employment. Okay. So there's people here. Maybe 7, because the card that sits next to dog is the number 7. So perhaps 7 people that obstructed are transitioning, or there's going to be a transition towards something that they get punished for their work in trying to change an election. Okay, so if I'm interpreting this correctly, maybe 7 that are in government in the house, if I box these people in. Now, I'm not sure how many people he has interviewed, because here it says an offer to establish an interview. Waiting here with the lilies on house tower. There's some sort of a wait here, or there needs to be patience with the law. Lily's in the house of tower. Dog is in the house of garden. So patience with these people that are on committees, or they're part of a network that lied and obstructed. There's the house of representatives in the law, and then Jack here. The house is sitting on house letter. So the results, or the mail, for that entourage of people, these people get isolated. They're almost like picked apart from the group and looked into by Jack, because tower is sitting on house man, which is Jack, and then Jack here on house woman. Okay. This woman here also has changed something and lied and obstructed, but it's almost like she gets lucky and gets away with it to an extent, because it says here that she chronically suffers with the results this way. So we're going to have to revisit Jenny Thomas again. But it says she's chronically suffers with the results, and also chronic pain for this person in a health-related issue. Let's see here. So for Jack Smith, if I box him in, there's people that within a network, on a committee as well. Okay, because dog is sitting on garden and dog nights down to garden. People that are sitting on a committee that are lying about a transition or will be lying about a transition, lying about a delay or lying about obstruction, causing problems to obstruct. These are also allies of some sort of the enemy, dog and mountain, allies of the enemy to obstruct here. And these people sit in a large group. Okay, so it could be a committee, because if you see tower here, here's your law. Right below it is garden. Okay, so it could be people within a committee that are causing problems to obstruct. It moves forward. It's difficult to move it forward, but the investigation is ongoing here with if you follow this line across with the fox. Okay. Isolated lawman, but there's a delay here with the mountain. And then something that ends here, these allies here, it's a small, okay, fish, child. If you read across 1, 2, 3, 4, child in the house 4, which is house, a small group in the house that are trying to establish something through hearings. These are allies on a committee in the government that are trying to close something. Tower and coffin, they're trying to close something legally. Okay. They're trying to bring an end to something in the law. Now, here it shows the end with the coffin sitting right underneath the tower. However, it doesn't affect him. It only delays, but the delay is temporary. Okay. Because here, this is an action card with the fish. Think of the fish, how they swim in a school. This is an action card, and here it opens up. So these people are almost like obfuscating and trying to, where's the key? Where's the key? Key's up here. Okay. Key's up here. It's in their line. And if you follow this line of influence here, getting granted access to him, and these people sit on board a committee. So I'm wondering if they're going to try to subpoena Jack Smith or interfere in some way, because here, if you follow this, it's a small group that's trying to establish something here with the law that involves Jack to close. If that makes any sense. Am I making sense, y'all? Hold on, let me take a sip of my coffee. Am I making sense? Okay, let me follow. Okay. All right, I'm making sense. Okay. So whatever is here in this little box, these people tried to obstruct and shut stuff down. The delay is only temporary. Okay, it's not closed. Okay. So this is him right now, as of right now, January 23rd. Okay. So this would be February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So as we're going into August, these assholes are still trying to close stuff. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But this little box right here, this little box of 9, if I'm making any sense, there's something that the transition, if we look at this line, you have ship in the house of crossroads, tower, mountain in the house of lilies, and then stars in the house of cross. So if this is a transition for the elections, the transfer in the elections with ship on tower, these two are marrying. Sorry, hold on. Crossroads on house ship on house crossroads. These two in the reading are mirroring. So we have writer in its own house, which is news, delivery, visitors, okay? And then crossroads on ship, ship on crossroads. Choices about a transition or transition in regards to an election. Also, multiple trips. Okay. So there's something here about hold on, I was thinking something. What's going on, Freda? Are these readers not working well? What does that mean? Your glasses? Your glasses are not working well? Dang, I'm sorry. I'll try to be, because I'm not even looking up. I just happened to look up. So sorry. Hold on, let me go back here. Ship on crossroads, crossroads on ship, multiple trips, the transition for an election, a transition with the crossroads also could be the midterms, but we're a ways away from the next midterm, so I don't think that applies here. But anyways, that movement gets delayed a little bit, but then it opens up here with the stars. But it's going to be difficult to move forward. They're going to try to stonewall as much as they can to make it difficult. Stars in the house of cross. Okay. Stars is usually success. It's guidance. Okay. It's a new way forward. It's difficult. And then here with the cross, it's difficult. So these people are going to make his job, and with this here, difficult work. So these troublemakers are going to make his work a little bit more difficult moving forward. Now, these people, based on where he sits, if these are members of Congress, because you have the dog sitting on the House of Garden, which is a big public area, a lot of people, okay, in the House, in government, they sit above him, over his head. So because of that, they have a little bit of influence, but not much, if that makes any sense. They can't change him or what he does. You see? Having a fight with her autocorrect or typing and her glasses. Oh, I'm so sorry, Freda. Cataract surgery. I haven't gotten prescription lenses yet. Oh, okay. You bought the drugstore ones that aren't very good. Yeah, I need to get my eyes checked too. Because I have I can't see up close. When I try to see something close, everything gets very blurry. So I need to get my eyeballs checked too and get glasses. Because when I was at the store the other day, I was looking at readers and no, I couldn't. It made it worse. So these people are going to put a little bit of a delay, and they're going to try to shut him down. It does not work, or shut down this. The fox is in the house of heart. Heart is in the house of ring. Okay. He's very passionate about his work and the investigation, and he's committed to it. And he will be very successful in the decisions that he makes. The decisions will impact right here, the house. Now, this could be quite literal. His decision could bring danger to his family, which is not something that is out of the ordinary these days. I mean, we look at what just happened. Where was it, in New Mexico? The guy that lost the election in New Mexico paid people to go shoot up everybody else's houses. You know, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's a possibility that there's something here that puts the family in danger. Also, there could be a member of the family that may require some sort of heart surgery or something. I'm wondering if it's this woman over here, because there's something here with this lady that she's chronic pain, chronic anxiety, chronic health issues. Could be pulmonary here. And it could also be something that that spreads, because you have clouds in the house of stars. So clouds would be something that is in the lungs, and stars metastasizes and spreads. Okay, so there's that. He's very accomplished, and he will stick by his work and his career and his reputation. He is very patient, but he's going to have some difficulties moving forward. He's going to have to make some sacrifices, and he's going to have a lot to shoulder and a lot of burden. But there's this too, and he sits on house woman. Okay, woman is sitting on bear. Like I said, reading it in one way, it could be that other person in a work and career capacity, but since she sits on bear, that could also be his mom. I don't know if his mom is around, but it's a mother of some sort. Woman sits on bear, that may be having health issues that are chronic, and she's chronically ill. So, okay, so enough of that. Patience, lilies on house tower. Patience, and a lot of stuff here around perhaps taking things to court and being patient with the legal process, and also judges. Okay, man on man knights to cross, suffering, burdens, and sacrifices that he has to make. Popular man, or a man that goes to committees. Okay, man knights over here to garden. Popular man, a social man, or a man that goes to committees in the house here. Now, this right here is all partisan, with the crossroads topping off this read. Partisan here. What is this? Bouquet in the house of whip. So it could be some sort of an abuse to bring joy and happiness. So theater, perhaps. Lilies in the house of tower, patience with the law, and also a judge. And then house in the house of letter, so mail that gets sent to the family. Property related paperwork, or quite possibly mail and any documents and results from members of the house. Okay. Let me see. What else do I see here? There is going to be some sort of an abuse or attack on his reputation that is a lie. This way, for legal purposes in the party or on some committee. This way, abuse, reputation, liar, legal problems, and then the party. Or some sort of criticism to his reputation at work. Okay. So anything, so it's nothing like we haven't seen the GOP ever do, is attack someone's reputation. You know, it's just part of their bullshit. But there's legal problems here for a party or a rally. Also, this could be a grand jury with tower and garden. Also, it could be because tower is sitting here on the house of man, and lilies is right over it, with the house domestic, and then here the public. Besides local governments and stuff, if we're talking federal level, this would be a very high up court over the entire public. So maybe like the Supreme Court or something like that. But there's one man here, King of Spades with the lilies, that's in the law. Um, and if you follow it this way, his partnership or his link to something is cut. So I'm not saying that Clarence Thomas is going to retire. This reading is not on Clarence Thomas. But if we read this across, and if you go back earlier and we were talking, if this could be like a Jenny Thomas or something, if I don't interpret this as his wife or someone close to his family who's seriously ill, if it's someone like a Jenny Thomas, um, for some reason, and it may be because of issues here with the lilies, which has to do with purity. So for the sake of the purity of the court, he gets cut off. And I don't mean he loses his job. It's almost like it gets brushed under the rug, because this woman here, who is this person could be chronically suffering from a lot of pain, but this person could be also chronically ill with a lot of anxiety, health issues, mental health stuff, chronic liar as well. There's something in the results of her guilt here that clear her, if that makes sense. So if you follow her, so there's the addictions, the abuse, the criticism, the woman, she suffers, but her results here sits on house, sun. They clear her. So her results are good. Whatever report is written on this woman is good. And then here with Clover on house moon, she's good. Even though she obstructed here and she tried to change something here, and she lied here and obstructed here, she's clear. So it's almost like she gets a pass, this woman here. And her link to this judge here that oversees all of the country, it gets cut. Do you see what I'm saying? So she's cut out of this, and so is her husband. Now this could also be a man next to her, because this is the King of Spades. Okay. But this person is lifelong. They're established with the tree. Okay. At his work. But if I don't read that, this person is something funky going on with their health. The corners are talking about news of some serious illness in regards to health, and being very hopeful for something that is desired this way. Another way to interpret that is news about something that is very solid or growing, and some sort of a win or a risk that's very desired that he's committed to. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Let me use the restroom, and I'm going to fill up on some coffee. If you want, you can think of some questions that I can address here in the tableau. And I shall be right back. I'll be back. Hey guys, sorry, I'm back. So I made more coffee and then I was like rummaging around in my fridge. I think I have enough bacon to make myself a BLT sandwich for dinner. Hold on. Let's see. Yes, he's sitting in the January position now. Yep. So his chain goes man to woman to bear to bouquet to whip to snake to mountain, lilies, and tower. Okay. So this is a woman he's very close to. I don't know if his mom is still around. Does anybody know? Because it's man, woman, bear. Does anybody know? Hey, Diana. Yeah, it's sitting in house 16, lucky girl. Sunflower, clouds is sitting on house stars. Does anybody know if his mom is still around? Because like I said earlier, normally the man and woman is your significant partner. But this person here they're very ill. Because it's man, woman, bear, bouquet, whip, snake, mountain. And then I don't know if it's his mom or if this is in reference to his wife. He's got the ring to his right, and she's got the ring to his right, or to her right. So it's almost like a marriage. He's linked to that person via marriage, but there's there's a woman that's not doing well. No, feisty, absolutely not. Could be the mother-in-law, because they're linked through marriage here. But there's a woman that's a mom that's not doing well at all. And that causes some heartache for the family. He's got the tower sitting next to him, which is not only the law, but it's also isolation and loneliness. So I'm just going to leave that there. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going there any further, because down here On the line of fate, you got the garden, the coffin, the fish, and the stars. These two right here, the garden and coffin, can be quite literally a very famous cemetery. Very big, very famous with a lot of people. Okay, so like some sort of really big funeral. It could also, and I'm just, because of this little portion up here, a very ill woman. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going to say anything more about that. This could also be in regards to him not being very social here. Some sort of a rally or a party that comes to an end or closes. And then he's independent and goes in a totally different direction. But the only reason I'm referencing a cemetery here is because of this and because of what's going on up here. Okay. So that I'm just going to leave that there. And that's all I'm going to say, because this woman here is very ill and in a lot of chronic pain. And there's something here health related that could be affecting the lungs that spreads and metastasizes. Okay, that's chronic. This woman could be also very emotional, also very intuitive, well-known, famous in some sort of way. So there's that, but that's, because this addresses his personal life as well. So I don't want to be, let me see. Let me see. Oh, okay. I see what you guys are talking about. All right. So there's that. And I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to talk about that no more. Because with the tower here, isolated and lonely. And then family heartbreak here. Broken heart, broken family. So perhaps he's not able, because of work, he's not able to spend a lot of time with family. And there's a couple of other things. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Jack Smith's mother is still alive. Okay. Because it's man, woman, bear. So I don't know. And this woman here has all this stuff. So yeah. So his line is man, woman, bear, bouquet, whip, snake, mountain, lilies, and then man. So him and a woman who could be a mother with the bear right there, who he's very happy with. There was a lot of abusive lies coming from an enemy with whip, snake, and mountain. Okay. So chronic lying by an enemy, abusive lies from an enemy to cause problems. But he's, it's kind of like he's above that. Also, the lilies lands above his head. Okay, so that's really good. He's a very well-respected person. Also, he's within reach of the moon, which means he's recognized very favorably. His character is really good. He's got the sun sitting right here as well. Not as close as I would like to see it, but it's still, and then he's got the stars below him. Typically, you want to see the three celestials above your head within reach. So anything you can knight to. In this instance, he's only got the moon and the stars right below him. The stars right below him is still good. It would be better if it was above his head. And the sun is a little bit out of reach. So, but overall, he's looking pretty good. Besides, I don't understand the question, Jenny. What cards are kings? Huh? Oh, you're talking about the pip. So you have the house, which is the king of hearts, the king of spades with the lilies, the king of clubs with the clouds, and the king of diamonds with the fish. Those are the 4 pips with kings on them. Okay, so it would be lilies, house, fish, and clouds are your pips for men. For the women pips, you got the bouquet, the snake, the storks, and the crossroads are the pips for the queens. And then the jacks, you have the child. Let me see, the whip, the heart, and the scythe. And those are your jacks. So now, knowledge of something that was being changed or trying to knowledge of a change or some sort of an improvement that gets out, a secret that gets out in regards to some conservative allies that were lying about the transition and making him work very hard here. That secret is revealed. But it's looking like maybe 7. And it's weird too because the birds is the 7 of diamonds. So there's 7 people in particular that are the focus. Because this is the anchor is the house, is the card of focus, determination, persistence, achievement, arrival. So the focus is these 18 people or these allies here, maybe 7 that were in some sort of a meeting or negotiating something, because the birds is up here. Okay, it's a small group. Birds in the house of child. Birds is the 7 of diamonds, followed here by the snake, which is the 7. So it looks like there's 7 people that he's focusing on right now. Advisors in some capacity, in a network, quite possibly to do with the rally with the dog sitting in house garden. So I don't know who that would be. If we're looking at garden as the rally itself, besides, let's see, Rudy Giuliani was at the rally. Was John Eastman at the rally, you guys? Does anybody have a comprehensive reach list? The overreach committee, Diana? Yeah, I'm calling it the cover-up committee. They're all covering their own asses. Does anybody have a comprehensive list of the individuals that were at the rally? Hey, Keisha. Nice seeing you. Good night, Hilda. Okay, so we have Eastman, Giuliani, Eastman, Giuliani, Clark, Meadows, and those that refuse the subpoenas. Because there's a focus on people that were in a meeting, and those people have been changing what they've said or flipping and betraying others here. But these people are problematic. But the focus of this tableau is this right here. Focus on these allies, the interviews, and the trouble and the lies here. Maybe if I'm looking for an amount, I would look to the card to the right there, and it looks like 7. It's like he's focusing on 7, if I'm interpreting this correctly. Four GOP lawmakers being referred to House of Ethics panel for not complying with January 6th committee subpoenas are Kevin McCarthy, Scott Perry, Jim Jordan, and Andy Biggs. So that's 4. Because his tableau, the heart of the tableau is right here. Now, he may also be in meetings as well, himself, to discuss the plan for this, to move forward. Marjorie Taylor Greene was at the meeting. Okay, so if this is the meeting here, okay, there's a woman here, a woman here, a woman here, a woman here, a man, a man, a man, a man, a man. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That are direct. If I'm looking at pips, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 11 and 12 are way over here, not close enough. But it's almost like he's focusing on 7 in particular. Woman, younger man, woman, younger man, woman, older person, older man, older man. If there is a person here that would be Trump, it would be this card here. Simply because it's the King of Clubs. This person is very manipulative and trying to manipulate a win. So this would be him. So it's almost like he's separate. They're looking at this. And on this row here, you have the agreement. There's the agreement, power grab here, agreement to satisfy, and that's where the meeting was held, or what the meeting was about. Meeting about the election transition. What is this? Crossroads in the House of Ship, to overturn something, chronic lying, and then stealing. Okay. Meetings with, there's a person here, Lily's in the House of Tower, a person here that has experience with the law, older man, meeting here with meeting to delay If this is the man, someone white hair and bald with these two. Meeting about chronic lying and to abuse something, verbally attacking something, arguments, meetings that are guilty here. Meetings in about the government or a very official tall building. So whether it was and because this is here, okay, house and tower. A house is a residence. Tower is a building. So this could be like a hotel, a motel, a condo, a tall building with many residences. Okay, where it's a place of business. It's public. So I don't know if this would be also in reference to the Willard. Where was that war room? Willard Hotel. But it's like his focus is the meeting. Okay, if that's for right now, and then it kind of like with the stars down here on the line of fate, it metastasizes and expands from there. Okay, if that makes sense, if I'm making sense at all. Roger Stone, Bannon, Flynn. Okay. Anything else, you guys? Yes, the war room was at the Willard Hotel in My Pillow Fort too. Oh my God, that freaking idiot. So with these right here that open up his tableau, this is an action card, this is an action card, this is an action card. So it's almost like news is coming pretty soon. This card is January, 1 day or 1 week. This is right now with the key. And this is 22. So 2 weeks, 2 months, or any variation of 2. Okay. Because it sits on house ship, maybe by March. I'm not quite sure. It's difficult to tell, but things are moving forward very quickly. Action, action, action. Okay. Then he's got, this is a mood card. This is an action card. And this is also an action card. But these first 3 tell me that things are there's going to be a very important, a couple, more than one, deliveries or very important news on 2 fronts or in regards to the election coming up very soon. Now, can he indict, or would he have to give a referral to DOJ? Does anybody know? So he would have to refer it to DOJ because the decision here is above his head, if that makes sense. Okay. He's got a person that he trusts that is in law or was some sort of a judge at one point. So I'm not sure any knights here because Lily's is sitting on tower. Lily's knights to bear. Bear is sitting on garden. So this is someone that was a judge. If you follow this line up, they may have departed or made a decision to leave and are happy to do something in a managerial executive position in the law. This person is trustworthy, but this person looks like they could have been a judge at one point. Lily is in the house of Tower and Tower right here. I don't know who that would be, but this person is currently in government at a very high up executive position. And because it sits above him, this person oversees him. Manager, experience, and then him. Do you see that? So I don't know who this is. But this person is trustworthy, very successful and trustworthy, very focused in his decision making. If this is a person, King of Spades, very committed to being wise, very committed as some sort of a judge too, with the law and the rule of law. But it's a man, King of Spades, who was a judge. I don't know who that is. Does anybody know who that is? Because I don't think this is a Supreme Court. This is someone that, because he's down here and this is above him, it's someone that is above him. And then if you follow the lilies at nights here to bear, this person is some sort of an executive, but they're very pleasant and very, very kind, very wise, very focused in the law, but they're a judge, or they were a judge. And I don't know who that is. Oh, Jenny's saying Garland was a federal judge. And then Harley Girl saying, okay, Garland. Okay, so this must be Merrick Garland then. So if this is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, Garland shows up around July. But it's saying that he's bringing very important news about the elections, or several messages that are going to be very, 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 very important in regards to decision making. And he's the one that the delivery, very important decision. Okay. Delivery, important choice, important decision. So from that, and this is, as far as timing goes, these are all action cards. He's under a lot of pressure. I think, if I'm interpreting this correctly, and this goes January, February, March, April, May, June, July, Garland shows up around the summertime. If I follow this down, the delivery, the special deliveries, follow this down, it's hitting in July. So I don't know if I'm interpreting this correctly, it looks like there's something very important, because it looks like there's more than one thing that he's delivering. Something very, very, very important that shows up in July around Merrick Garland, that is in regards to the law. But it's rock solid, though. It's super rock solid, because it's got the anchor up here. So this is the promise, or an agreement, something that is routine, and it has been satisfactorily achieved. Okay. Through a bunch of meetings and interviews and all that stuff. Successful. And then your wisdom here, and then someone that you trust. Okay. And then the decision, the entourage, and then the law. So it's almost like around July, when this right here is danger. This is sitting on house book. So it's almost like, because of the focus, that it's almost like it's narrow too. Because this is very focused, determined, very like a certain amount of a scope. like he almost has the criteria to meet, and then that's when the indictments come around this time, because there's danger here for the entourage. And if you follow this scythe to dog, it goes back to that heart of the tableau, the focus on the 7, or the focus on the people within the network that were meeting and negotiating and calling phone calls that are problematic and lying for an enemy of some sort. Okay, if that makes sense. So so there's that. So that with a grain of salt, but it's, if I'm interpreting this correctly, which sometimes I fuck up, y'all, don't think I'm like perfect, because I'm not. I screw up, and I'll gladly bring it up and say I screwed that up. Maybe around July. And with the sun here, this is summer. Okay. This would be spring. This is a few months. Card number 7 is July, or a week. But he's under a lot of pressure to deliver. But when he does, it's very satisfactory. You follow this line here. Very satisfactory in his commitment to it. But it's all around this right here, if I'm making any sense. Good night, Feisty. So that's all I got. I have it in my notes. So if we need to revisit it at any time, I've got it here in the notebook. Okay. Let me write the name Jack Smith. So we are doing, this is supposed to be free here. So, Yep. So I'll see how I'm feeling. Oh, I already did sunflower. I discussed it. When I was talking about this situation here with the woman that's not well, this could be talking about having to go to a funeral, because you have a large outdoor area with many tombstones that are widespread. Okay. So it could be talking about some sort of a funeral, but I just left it at that. This is also talking about the end of something that is public and independence that is very successful. So this could be in regards to him, because this is independent. This could be in regards to the special counsel, because he's working independently. Okay. This could be also in regards to him not being very social at all, not going to parties, not making a lot of public appearances. And also because the fish has to do with consulting, his consulting work is very, very, very successful, though it is difficult because the stars is landing on house cross. And when we talked about this group of people here making his job very difficult from moving forward and trying to block things, it doesn't work. He's still able to be independent because it's man and then fish. Fish lands right below him. He's able to keep moving forward. This is an action card. And the fish is also sitting on house anchor. So he'll continue his work. Doesn't matter what these clowns in a committee try to do. This could also be in reference to the January 6th committee that has come to a close. Okay. But there's something here that's very independent and it keeps moving forward. And also there's something here that keeps spreading. Okay. So that was his line of fate. Then again, with the corners, we're looking at one way to interpret the corners is news about health and being very, very passionate about hope or desire, or trying to passionate about hope, or desiring to be hopeful in regards to something that is health related. Another way to interpret that is news or feedback that something is growing, or news of something within an organizational chart. Okay. And a very passionate risk, or a desire to win something. And then central to the read is the focus on meetings and interviews with people that betray or lie and their enemies. So that's the focus of the meeting, or of the tableau. Okay. But there's more here that I'm sure I haven't even touched. So we can always bring it back up again later. The danger is here. Okay. The scythe has to do with ruptures, accidents, very quick, hasty decisions. Also could be surgeries. But because it sits on house book, and book is right above it, it could be in regards to a very important agreement that was made that is successful, that is quite dangerous. That agreement was within an entourage. Here, the ring knight's down to house. So within an entourage. Okay. So that could be in regards to, the conspiracy, because this is an agreement here. Okay. So a very dangerous agreement, and that agreement got broken up, but it brings danger to this entourage here in a legal capacity. I've already gone over the corners, Rose. But the danger comes when that secret is revealed. Book and scythe, and then scythe is sitting on house book. So there's that. So yes, it's in house book. So a secret that is revealed, or a dangerous secret. But it's because the scythe acts very quickly. It could be knowledge of a surgery, okay, in a very mundane way. Knowledge of a surgery, studying about surgeries, a secret that is revealed, a secret that is ruptured, knowledge of danger. So let me see. Freda? What did Freda say, lucky girl? I missed it. He's wise, loyal person of the... No, this is not the Federalist Society. This is a person that is a manager to him in some capacity, oversees him. Loyal, wise, a stickler to the law, very successful, makes wise decisions, very committed. This person is not partisan. They make agreements with both sides here, because it's crossroads and ring. If it was ring and crossroads, if it was this way, it would mean that the person makes more than one choice or has more than one commitment. But because it's crossroads and ring, this person makes agreements between opposing sides. Okay. So this person here is not a hack. They will be bad-mouthed as a hack, if that makes sense. Okay. Because here, this is Merrick Garland, unite him here, gossip. And then meeting Merrick Garland and Jack Smith. But what follows it, lies, bad gossip, slander. Okay. So, but it doesn't stick. It doesn't, it's what the GOP does. They'll throw shit on the wall and see what sticks. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Lucky girl. So that's all I got, y'all. I guess I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow and maybe come on again. I'm not promising anything because, I just do whatever. I'm over there with my nose in a book at all times, and then I forget, oh shit, I can't live in a book all the time. So thank you everybody for hanging out tonight. Super fun time. So he's going to be delivering some decisions here very shortly. If I interpreted the grand tableau correctly, around, did I say July? Something that is, where Merrick Garland might finally take action. We should do Merrick Garland as well, see more about him. So let me see. Let me write myself a to-do list. A woman in his life that could be very ill. That was up here on this portion of the GT. Okay, so we got Merrick Garland. Who else? George Santos. Who else can you guys think of? No, Kate, no. What's the loudmouth, the freaking, what's his name? Jim Jordan. Marjorie, I should do Biden too, because these mother effers are going to want to be. Trump was in May of last year, so it's still applicable, Jen. I should do Biden too, because the GOP is going to want to impeach him every day of the week. So I got a little list here. So we'll see. Oh yeah, Jim Jordan makes me gag too, Estelle. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to hop off now and go finish my book. Oh, this is what I'm reading right now. Look at that. Isn't that the creepiest cover you guys have ever seen? It's like a dead, scrunched up bunny. Isn't that weird? I still don't know what it means. Because I just finished the one before it yesterday. You get it. See, this one has a snake. So the snake makes sense after I read the book. This, I'm curious to see why there's a shriveled up bunny on the front. So I'll let you all know if you care. But we shall see. We shall see. All right, everybody. Y'all have a fantastical evening. Stay safe. And have a good one. Bye-bye.